Today we're going to be making a recipe that is a staple on everyone's Easter tables. Classic Southern deviled eggs is what's on the menu today, so let me show you step by step of how I like to make them. To begin this recipe, we're going to need to make some hard-boiled eggs. To a large pot, I add 6 eggs into the pot first and then fill the pot with water until the eggs are completely covered. Then transfer that pot to the stove and set the burner on a high heat. You're going to bring this up to a boil, and once the water is boiling, you're going to start a timer for exactly 10 minutes. During this time, you're going to go ahead and prep for the cooling step, so I just get another large bowl and add ice so that it is ready to go when the timer goes off. Once the 10 minutes is up, remove immediately from the heat. You don't want to overcook these, and with a slotted spoon, remove the hot eggs and gently place on top of the ice. After all of the eggs have been scooped out and placed on the ice, then you're going to fill that bowl up with a little bit of cold water so that all of the eggs are completely submerged in the ice water. You're going to let this sit and cool for about 20 minutes. After that time is up, remove the eggs and place them on a paper towel to kind of drain. And then we're going to peel each egg. I like to just use my hand, gently smack it down on the cutting board, and then roll back and forth so the entire eggshell is cracked. And then I peel it. Once they're all peeled, you're going to slice them each in half and then pop the yolks into a large bowl. To the bowl, we're going to add the rest of the filling ingredients. I add 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, about 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and then about a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I like to use a hand mixer to mix the filling because I think it gets it nice and creamy and fluffy. You're just going to mix this for about a minute or 2 until the mixture is really smooth and creamy and it's kind of soft and fluffy. All that's left to do is now just fill the egg whites. For this step, I really prefer to use a piping bag and piping tip. I think it is easier to fill, and the piping tip just makes it a little extra pretty. So right here, I have a Wilton 1M Star piping tip, and this is just like a regular frosting bag. You can also use just like a Ziploc bag. You can use a different tip. You don't have to use a tip at all. You can just snip the ends off and use the piping bag that way. I've done it all of it works. Here I've just gone in swirling motions and kind of gone upwards, just like if I were decorating a cupcake. Then once these are filled, all that's left to do is to garnish the top and they are ready to serve. So I just sprinkled a little bit of paprika on top. You can also add some chopped chives for some really pretty green color and like a little bit of an onion bite. But after that, they are ready to serve. Stick them on a platter or a deviled egg tray and serve them to your guest. I just feel like a classic deviled egg is just a staple around the springtime and especially on an Easter table. So for the full recipe, head on over to KentuckyLiving.com. You can find all the ingredients and everything you need to know there. Thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen today, and until next time, I will talk to you all very soon.